News Live.
October 30th, 2001. I'm Kelly Snow.
And I'm Courtney Maines. Here's a look at what we'll be covering for you tonight for you on Clarion's very own TV5 News Live. We'll bring you the latest on the possibility of new attacks on America.
Also, the Clarion County Courthouse is continuing renovations. Some high-flying pictures coming up.
And tomorrow is Halloween. Your Clarion Borough trick-or-treating information is coming up.
Heeding the latest terrorist warnings, the Federal Aviation Administration is temporarily restricting flights near the World Series games in New York and around nuclear sites. The restrictions over New York prohibit any aircraft operating under visual flight rules from flying within 30 nautical miles of John F. Kennedy International Airport during the World Series game. The ban is in effect from 6:45 p.m. until 2 a.m. Eastern Time and lasts until midnight November 6th. The Transportation Secretary assigns federal agents to airports. A hospital worker is the latest person to contract inhaled anthrax, and ground troops have moved into Afghanistan. Eric Horn has the latest developments in the war on terrorism.
Late word today that the FAA is now restricting airspace around the nation's nuclear power plants and nuclear sites, as well as around Yankee Stadium for Game 3 of the World Series tonight. This in the wake of Monday's terrorism alert. Though offering no real details, the government renewed its warning that terrorists could strike again in the coming days, urging law enforcement and citizens to be on the lookout for suspicious activity.
All we're saying with the alert is continue to live your lives, continue to be America, but be aware, be alert, be on guard.
In response,
Kids in Clarion Borough can begin trick-or-treating tomorrow night at 6 o'clock and continue through 8 o'clock. The Halloween festivities begin at 6 p.m. on Main Street with the Halloween parade. Since tomorrow is Halloween and many children will be out trick-or-treating, here are some tips to keep your kids safe. When you're out trick-or-treating, remember to carry a flashlight. Whenever possible, stay on sidewalks. If there are no sidewalks, stay on the left side of the road facing traffic. Stay in well-lit areas in familiar neighborhoods. And remember to take your candy home before eating it. Check over candy and throw away any suspicious candy.
A woman made a triumphant descent from the top of the Clarion County Courthouse yesterday. But this wasn't just any lady, it was the Statue of Justice. The statue was taken down yesterday morning. Here you can see the statue being moved down the side of the scaffolding placed around the building. The statue, which has been on the courthouse since it opened in 1885, will be patched and recoated with a protectant so the harsh weather does not affect it. It is expected that the lady will return to her post sometime in the next 2 weeks. Renovations in other parts of the courthouse are continuing. These pictures from yesterday show construction workers continuing as workers poured concrete and continued work on the outside of the building. The repair of old mortar and routing outer services are expected to take several months. However, the work is continuing and all is going well. Less people in Clarion County are looking for jobs. Once again, the unemployment rate for Clarion County has fallen. The rate for August was 3.9% and fell to 3.2% unemployed in September. Compared to statewide numbers, Clarion is well below average. Most other counties range between a 4 and a 6% rate, with Pennsylvania on a whole at a 4.6 unemployment rate.
With the general election just a week away, candidates are trying to get their message out. Pennsylvania's Auditor General, Bob Casey Jr., was in town Thursday to promote some Democratic candidates. Mark Despotakis was there and has this story.
A lot of folks are saying it's the next governor of the state, and we're just pleased that he could be here with us, and what can you say?
Bob Casey Jr. may very well be Pennsylvania's next governor, but he attended last week's Clarion Democratic Fall Dinner to spread the message of one candidate running in next week's general election for Pennsylvania Supreme Court.
Judge Kate Ford Elliott, who is now a member of the Superior Court, is running for Supreme Court, and we want to make sure that we talk about her campaign and also talk about the other candidates running, and I'll go through them tonight.
Of course, Kate Ford Elliott was not the only topic of Casey's visit. He hopes Clarion County can help him become the next governor of this Commonwealth.
Well, the first thing is, you know, as a candidate for governor in 2002, which I will be, you have to win a primary, and part of that process is getting to communities in Pennsylvania, including Clarion County, that are part of the Democratic primary, and there'll be thousands of people that will vote in that primary.
Casey's visit came just 1 week and a half before the general election. So now here we stand a week before the general election, and Clarion County Democrats hope that Casey's visit will stick with voters and that they will remember to vote Democratic in two important county races, the county coroner's race and the race for the sheriff. In the newsroom, Mark Despotakis, TV5 News.
Election day is just around the corner, and Clarion's very own TV5 News will have complete election coverage. Beginning at 8 p.m. on November 6th, you can tune into TV5 News for the day's top stories as well as Clarion County Election 2001 coverage. Then tune in at 10 p.m. for a TV5 News special report, Election 2001. The special report will bring you the latest results of the races in Clarion County and specifically Clarion Borough. Look to see the most recent results as well as reactions from the newly elected officials. That's all next Tuesday right here on Clarion's very own TV5. Up next, we'll have an update on Earl Zerpoff's condition.
And a Pittsburgh student is arrested for boarding a plane with a box cutter. We'll talk to his friends.
Stay tuned to Clarion's very own TV5 News.
Was made possible through a grant by Fox's Pizza Den. Fox's Pizza Den is located on Old Route 66 in Clarion and offers all-day delivery. Phone 226-5555. That's 226-5555. Fox's Pizza Den is open 7 days a week for your convenience. Phone 226-5555.
Wardrobe for some TV5 News anchors provided by Fashion Bug, located in the Clarion Mall. Whether you're looking for junior trendy, girls, or fashion for women, they have it all, with many different styles. Fashion Bug also offers a wide selection of accessories. Fashion Bug is located in the Clarion Mall, just off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Open Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. till 9 p.m., and Sunday from noon till 5.
This portion of the program was made possible through a grant from Clarion Hospital. Clarion Hospital is located off of Exit 9 of Interstate 80. Clarion Hospital offers outpatient services, transitional care, as well as an emergency room open around the clock every day of the year. More than 400 employees and 80 physicians work to serve the community. Call the Clarion Hospital at 226-9500. Clarion Hospital, providing health care to Clarion County and surrounding communities since 1954.
you want complete coverage of local, state, national, and international news as it happens?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to TV5 News Live.
Then tune in to Clarion's very own TV5 News Live for complete coverage of the Clarion area and our world. TV5 News crews join with crews from the world's news leader, CNN, to provide complete coverage of the day's events. With advanced satellite capabilities, TV5 News can bring you the latest news as it happens. So tune in every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evenings for Clarion's very own TV5 News Live.
This is TV5 News Live.
To a story brought to you last week. Borough Council member Earl Foss is still in the hospital after a car accident that left him in critical condition. The council member is still in the UPMC hospital, but he has been moved out of the trauma unit. The accident occurred on Route 322 in Elk Township. We'll keep you updated to council member Foss's condition.
Clarion University sponsored a concert to support the September 11th United Way Fund. TV5's own Josh Alderson was at the concert and has this to report. Josh?
Clarion University put on a benefit concert for the September 11th Fund entitled Ghouls Night Out. The concert featured punk, Halloween theme, as band members costumed as everything from traditional ghouls to Jesus Christ caused a small but spirited crowd to loudly voice their opinion.
Well, the biggest complaint that kids in Clarion always have is that there's never anything to do, so I figured this way we could provide some entertainment around here for everybody and help out the United Way with the 9/11 Firefighters Fund, which is what all the proceeds are going for.
While the event did raise money for the September 11th Fund, attendance was surprisingly nominal for an event of this type. However, for those in attendance, 3 bands in Halloween costumes provided a night of entertainment for everyone. In the newsroom, Josh Alderton, TV5 News.
In state news, Pittsburgh and Philadelphia post offices will be checked for anthrax spores. As a precaution, the mail facilities will be tested all week. However, they will remain open. All postal facilities stress that there is no proof of anthrax in any of the buildings. They are just trying to be safe.
In other state news, a 21-year-old Lebanese man was arrested over the weekend at the Pittsburgh International Airport after authorities found a utility knife in his luggage. Salam Ibrahim al-Zatari now sits in the Allegheny County Jail and faces charges of trying to carry a weapon on board an airplane. As Ralph Iannotti explains, the young man's roommates have come to his defense, saying the knife found in their friend's luggage was just an art tool.
He's terrified right now. I mean, he's scared that, he won't ever get out of this mess with, some sort of dignity, which is a big worry.
That's how Salam Zatari's former girlfriend described a phone call she got from him from jail. Spangler and other friends spoke to me about Salam, a Lebanese national who had been living on and off here in Beachview. They said the image of him being portrayed now is all wrong.
This guy loved America. I mean, he is more American than a lot of people I know. I mean, he likes the stylish clothes, he likes music, he likes having a good time, going out to clubs and stuff.
He was a film student. He wanted to make movies, and America has a very large film industry, so he was looking to get into film industry.
Zatari, who was carrying an expired student visa, was arrested at Pittsburgh International Airport as he tried to board a Northwest Airlines flight. At the time, he had passed through airport security gates, but during a random gate check, a small disposable utility knife was found in a computer case he was carrying. He was to fly from Pittsburgh to Detroit, then on to Amsterdam, the Netherlands, and finally to his native Lebanon. His friend said there's nothing malicious about Salam, and the box cutter type instrument he was carrying was no doubt something he innocently forgot to pack away.
He's very laid back, easygoing, fun-loving. He doesn't have a malicious or violent bone in his body.
Salam was once a student here at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, studying in the video production department in the fall quarter of 1999 and the spring quarter of last year.
The last official contact we had with him was in December of 2000, and he came and said that.
Up next, we'll take a look at today's weather and sports.
But first, here's a look at tonight's lottery numbers.
I am an American.
I am an American.
I am
An American.
I am an American.
I am American.
I am an American.
I'm an American. I'm an American.
I am American.
I am an American.
I'm an American.
I am an American.
I am an American.
The tools needed to rebuild lives after a disaster aren't always hammers and nails. The tools needed to give warmth to the homeless. Or when lives need rebuilding, the Salvation Army knows it takes tools that come from the heart. Donate online or call 1-800-SALARMY.
You'd never know it on the battlefield, but nearly half of today's military are National Guard and reservists. However, they can't answer our nation's call without their employer's support. If you're an employer, visit esgr.org and find out how to do your part. After all, their response depends on yours.
You're watching TV5 with Zeta Tau Alpha.
Welcome back. The Marines have reactivated an expeditionary brigade that has been dormant since 1992. It will now serve as an anti-terrorism unit. The 4th Marine Expeditionary Brigade is back in business and taking part in extensive training at Camp Lejeune, North Carolina. The 4,800-member brigade will include a Marine Security Force battalion in Norfolk, Virginia, and a chemical and biological incident response force base at Indian Head, Maryland. The brigade has fought in World War I and II, as well as Vietnam, Desert Shield, and other conflicts.
Homeland Secretary Chief Tom Ridge says Americans need to get used to being cautious and that people should heed the FBI's warnings that terrorist attacks against the U.S. are possible during the next week. Ridge talked about those warnings at the White House this morning. Meanwhile, President Bush doesn't plan to let a new secretary alert interfere with one of his favorite pastimes. The president hopes to attend tonight's World Series game between the New York Yankees and the Arizona Diamondbacks at New York's Yankee Stadium.
Militant Muslim clerics are meeting in remote northwest Pakistan to decide whether to call off pro-Taliban protesters blocking a key highway near the border with Afghanistan. Police are threatening to use force to disperse the angry tribesmen who've seized portions of the Clarion highway. Demonstrators say Pakistan's government is betraying the country and Islam by joining the U.S. military effort in Afghanistan. They're reportedly using boulders and landmines to seal off at least 7 sections of the road. Meanwhile, other pro-Taliban Pakistanis have reportedly seized local government offices in an abandoned airstrip in the town of Chilis in Pakistan's Air Force, far north. What are we going to be for Halloween? This year, you're likely to see more down-to-earth heroes than usual. As Gina London reports, a lot of masks and capes are getting passed up this season for costumes that will come with helmet and badges.
We keep hearing it's going to be a different kind of Halloween this year. Many managers stocking more everyday heroes than ever before.
We're going to see some folks wanting to, dress up on Halloween, maybe as a police officer or firefighter, to reflect the patriotic things that's going on in the country at this time, rather than your standard monster, witch, vampire.
And many parents thinking twice about trick-or-treating.
I think we'll be going to a church party instead of door-to-door this year, where we know it's safe.
But though some are looking for refuge, others are choosing the safety of tradition. While nationwide sales of patriotic costumes this year certainly are going up, not everyone is willing to trade in something scary for something red, white, and blue.
We haven't seen any real changes in people's buying patterns. They are still buying the gory items as well as the fantasy items.
We're just trying to make everything normal. You know, we can't elaborate. You know, we can't dwell on it.
At least, some experts say, parents should use this time to discuss values with kids.
I think it's a question of what is normal. Is Skullman normal? You know, we want to avoid, we want to be arguing, but we're in a place September 11th happened. We are at war. And so we need to talk to our kids about that.
Talk and listen, and then decide how to make sure this is a happy Halloween. In Denver, Gina London reporting.
Good evening, everyone. As we take a look at the precipitation map behind me, Pennsylvania is experiencing scattered showers that will be with us tonight, into tomorrow, and possibly even into Thursday. Taking a look at the highs map behind me, the state of Pennsylvania has will continue this way throughout the week. As you move down south, temperatures will be getting warmer and staying that way for the week. There is a high-pressure system moving our way for the weekend. With it, we'll be bringing scattered showers and a 5-day forecast, everyone. Wednesday, mostly cloudy with highs in the 50s, lows in the 30s. Thursday, mostly cloudy with highs in the 60s and lows in the 40s. For Friday, cloudy with highs in the 60s, lows in the 40s. Saturday, mostly cloudy with showers possible, highs in the 50s and lows in the 30s. Enjoy Halloween tomorrow, have a good weekend, and I will see you right back here next Tuesday. Back to you, ladies.
Up next, Pat Muldowney will give us a look into the sports world.
But first, here's a look at tonight's sports.
You can't hold us back. Violence. You know what it takes to blow past you.
And violence, we're just getting going.
On September 11th, America faced terrorist attacks of the worst kind. Innocent lives were lost, and a sad cloud was cast over this great nation. These acts were intended to cause among all our children, but we not let that happen. There are things we can do to help our kids. Talk with them, listen to them, tell them they're safe and that they're loved. God bless you, and God bless America.
It may not look like it, but you're watching the future of materials you've been recycling. But to keep recycling working, you need to buy products that say, made from recycled materials. For all those next in line, it would mean the world to them.
Take Simmons.
Yeah. Give me Jones.
Anderson.
Smith.
Lightfoot.
Bishop.
Hernandez.
Swifka.
Harris.
Lavender.
The game of a much better chance getting picked for a cool job with great pay. If you take algebra, geometry, and calculus, you need to know how math can improve your future. Demand it. Call Anatomy. We'll tell you.
Well, the Steelers played exceptionally well last year.
Downey is here with a recap of the Steelers game as well as the latest in sports. Pat?
Last night, the Pittsburgh Steelers put a major hurting on the Tennessee Titans, defeating them 34-7 on Monday Night Football.
The Steelers came out firing early and often, with Cordell Stewart going 13 for 22 for 232 yards and one touchdown on the ground. 103 Cordell's passing yards were completed on 6 receptions by second-year wide receiver Plaxico Burress, who had the long-awaited breakout game of his career. It was good timing for the passing game to arrive because the Titans' defense held the bus to 62 yards, breaking his streak of 4 straight 100-yard games. The Steelers' defense had another superb performance. The Titans 40 McNair 3 times, intercepting him twice, and recovering an Eddie George fumble. Finishing off the overall team effort was the Steelers' special teams, with the kicker Chris Brown running for a fake field goal for a first down, and Mike Logan forcing a fumble, which was recovered by John Fiala. The victory takes the black and gold to 5-1 on the season, and also their 6th straight victory as the defending Super Bowl champion Baltimore Ravens travel to Heinz Field. Elsewhere in the sports world, the NBA tips off its regular season tonight with a full slate of games. The defending champion Los Angeles Lakers play host to the Portland Trail Blazers, and to tell you the truth, nobody seems to care. Why, you may ask? The answer is simple. He's the turn of Michael Jordan. MJ kicks off his 3rd tour of duty in the NBA, this time with the Washington Wizards, tonight at the mecca of all basketball, Madison Square Garden, against the New York Knicks. Here's what Michael had to say about the matchup.
Mike, it's always fun to come back here and play in front of the New York fans. I think my skills and my talent is going to be looked at with the microscope. And, but I wouldn't have made the move to come back if I didn't feel confident that I could play the game of basketball at the highest level. So I know the expectations are high, which is normal. Come in New York, they want me to score 60, but they want it close with my agenda, and I've come to enjoy the game, but play it as hard as I can, and let the chips fall where they may.
That's all for the Tuesday Night Sports Report. I'm Pat Muldowney. Now back over to Courtney and Kelly.
Tune in tomorrow with Carrie LaPoo and Pat Grace.
For everyone here at TV5, I'm Courtney Maines.
And I'm Kelly S. Snow.